Sarah Copeland, and what I'd like to talk to you about today is some challenges that you might face in landlording and how to not let them get to you to the point where you want to quit. I started investing back in 2007 and we did okay. I had some challenges, but they weren't too bad. And then in 2009, I met a new tenant by the name of Mandy. And Mandy came to me and she pulled on my heartstrings. I couldn't call any references because she had been in a really bad situation. She'd had relations with her landlord and was apparently being stalked, so I couldn't call a landlord, and she just had to up and leave town and leave her job to get out and get away from the situation. So I couldn't call an employer or a landlord or anybody. And so I felt really, really bad for her, and I thought, you know what, definitely I can rent to you. She seemed like a really nice lady. She was in her mid to late 50s and dressed quite nicely and talked really lovingly about the apartment. So I rented to Mandy. I followed none of my protocol and I rented to her because I felt really bad. And then very shortly after Mandy moved in, a story started to unfold. We had elderly tenants in the unit below Mandy, and they started to call me and make complaints. And then it ended up unraveling that Mandy had some issues. She hadn't just left an abusive relationship, she had come from prison. And that's why she had no references for me to call, because she had been in prison. Mandy also was a bit of a drug addict, and she would be out dancing on the porch at 4 in the morning, pestering my other tenants, creating havoc and having unsightly people over to her unit. And then we found out that how Mandy was paying for her drugs was through prostitution. So we had a bit of an issue with Mandy, and her behavior was erratic. She would lock herself out and climb the tree in the backyard to get on the roof, to get in the window to get in. When I said, hold on, you can't be doing that, she instead would take a rock and break windows to get in instead. And the phone calls from our senior tenants went from once in a while to constantly. We had a huge issue, and we had a really difficult time evicting her. And eventually we did, and that was my first eviction process, and it was hell. And then even on the day Mandy was to move out, we went to the building and we had 3 families with trucks loaded, ready to move into her unit that she had graciously taken their money for and rented out, on our behalf apparently. So she just kept causing issues, and we were under a lot of stress. Both my husband and I, we were working full time, and we were new at this. We didn't know what to do, and we thought, man, we really suck at this landlording thing, and we should just get out. If this is the way it's gonna be, we should not be doing this. And it was really sad, because what about our dreams of buying real estate? What about our dreams of using real estate to eventually down the road quit our jobs and work in real estate full time? Our dreams would be dashed. And it was really, really upsetting to come to a decision that we were going to quit. And then I thought about it and I thought, no, we are not going to let this defeat us. We are going to take these situations and we are going to learn from them. And we're going to analyze them, and we're going to put steps and systems in place so that this doesn't happen again. And that's what we did. And that was back in 2009. And we almost quit. And I look at our portfolio and I look at where we are now, and I think, wow, what if we had have just quit? What would my life look like? And it would be very sad, because we are both full-time in real estate. I was able to quit my job in 2013. My husband quit his job in 2015, and we are full-time real estate investors. And we've expanded and expanded our portfolio. And because of that, we get to live the lifestyle that we want. And we would have missed out on all of these opportunities and the lifestyle that we're living if we had let the situation of Mandy get to us and force us out of real estate. So what I want to say to you is, don't quit. No matter what happens in real estate and no matter how bad it gets, you can overcome it. What I urge you to do is really sit down and analyze what happened. Look at your processes and your procedures and think, what could I have done differently? What can I put in place so that next time this doesn't happen? And stick to it. And if you really, really have a difficult situation, get help. If you're emotionally torn and you don't know how to get out of it, ask for assistance. There are tons of other real estate investors out there. There are meetups. There are people you can reach out to and talk to a property manager. People hire us in my property management company when they can't deal with bad situations anymore. And it's quite likely that I've been there, and it's quite likely that I've dealt with that situation and I have a system in place to deal with it and make sure that it doesn't happen again. So when you can't handle it on your own as well, get help from friends, get help from other investors, and if that doesn't help, hire a property manager because we can deal with those situations as well. And maybe you hire a property manager ongoing and going forward because it's very unlikely that those situations will happen when we have the systems in place to prevent them in the first place. If you'd like to talk about a situation that you're involved with or about hiring TAG Property Management to manage your properties, please give me a call at 888-560-5515 or send us an email at info@tagproperties.ca.